everyone. This is a session about remote service. We want to share with you what we mean when you say remote service, the benefits of remote service, and what you should have in mind when you consider adding remote service to your portfolio. So when we talk about remote service, first we want to say what is the tools that you have there. So first of all is continuous and automatic monitoring of the system. And we talk about operational and technical status. And when you think of remote service, basically the idea is to have anything that you can think of doing locally, we want to do it from remote. Clearly, not everything can be done remotely. A lot of things require mechanical tools or some intervention with the system itself, and replacing parts, stuff like that. But anything in terms of monitoring and looking at the health of the system can be done remote, and that's what we mean when we said continuous monitoring of the system. Once we've done that, we want to store everything that we collected and store it in the cloud. When we say store in the cloud, we mean everything. It can be operational status and changes to the status of the system, changes to operational modes, and changes, even micro changes on the service data that we collect through service tools. So we mean collecting everything that you can think of, even if you don't think that there will be any additional value later on, you better keep it. Storing information in the cloud is very cheap today, and anything that you can store, do it. Now, when you do everything and you have the remote services tool, you want to make sure you're using a reliable and secured platform and methodologies that assure that your customers are safe. The data is safe, the privacy is kept properly, and everything is aligned with the highest level of restrictions and regulation in the industry. So once we have done all that, let's see how we can get benefits from that. So first of all, when we collected all the data, now we need a background engine that will run on all the data and start analyzing it. And analyzing meaning running routines that you can think of, and you can think of in advance that you want the system to monitor for you. And it can be machine learning tools that will run on the data and start finding anomalies without understanding really what's going on with the data, but maybe there will be some trends that will evolve and you want to be aware of. Once this is done and you have the full monitoring, you want to get alert notification. And alert notification gives you the freedom to go and do whatever you want to do and do the daily job and being notified when something happened. You don't want to sit in front of the computer and monitor the system all day. You don't want a control center. You don't want people to sit in front of screens and monitor the systems. You want the machines to work for you. Machine can work for you on the cloud and can then notify you when something happens. And then you want an intuitive and something that can be accessible from anywhere. So if you have a laptop, if you have a mobile phone, you have a notepad, any device that you want that is running a browser, you can go through that device and access this data. So you have the diagnostic tools available from anywhere you are. You can sit at the office, you can be at your home in the evening, and you can be in another customer site and analyze a crisis situation that happens in the other part of the city. So all in all, what remote service gives us is being more proactive. Okay, we're moving from a reactive mode when the customer calls you and tells you there is a problem. Usually you have the devices connected locally. You're moving to a proactive approach. Everything is done, or whatever can be done is done remotely, and you can proactively approach your customers, let him know that his systems are being taken care of. And once something happens, it doesn't have to let you know. You already know, and you can take care of that immediately. And we must address also COVID-19. This is something that this pandemic is with us for quite some time now, and probably for a few more months hopefully months and not more than that, until we'll be immune for virus. So what we see is that we see across all industries, not just HVAC industry, we see a trend in accelerating the adoption of remote services because of the social distancing, because of the fact that buildings are closed and it's very hard to access buildings. So customers are expecting now the service provider to provide the services remotely as much as possible. If something goes wrong, they don't want to go on site and troubleshoot it. They want somebody to look at it remotely and tell them what he thinks the problem is. If possible, fix it remotely. And if not, schedule one visit with all the tools, with all the spare parts in order to finish the problem ASAP. So that's what we mean when we say remote service. I want to take you through our use case that we have experienced when we use the remote services. This is a real site we had in the UK, a high-end residential building with a Mitsubishi system. And the issue there was an error code, in this case 5103, which means that there is a problem with one of the thermistors. Okay, the impact is the unit is down. So if we have a remote service, this error automatically is pushed to the technician and you can start looking at the system and see what's going on. If we don't have a remote service, then the customer first notices that his unit is down, and then he has to go to the thermostat, see the error code, tell the technician what error code you see, and then the whole service process starts. So you can see there is a time that takes before the customer knows there is a problem until it actually being taken care of. In our case, we had the system connected to the system. We had the service app connected to the system, and we automatically got an alert. Once the technician got the alert, this is what he saw on his screen. So he got the alert, he saw there is a thermistor issue, saw the error code, but then he could go back in history and see those thermistors and how they behave. And you can see very easily in the slide that there is a spike in the thermistor behavior, and immediately you can see which thermistor is the problematic one and which thermistors are working properly. Now, once he knows that, he can call the customer, schedule a maintenance call, a maintenance visit, go with the thermistor as a spare part in order to replace the part, and finish everything in one visit. That's exactly what he did. So the resolution was to schedule a meeting, go on site and fix it. In terms of customer experience, the feedback was very good. He got a proactive service. He didn't even know that the problem existed when the technician called him and told him that his system is down and he has to replace the thermistor. So they scheduled the call, they went for the visit and closed the issue. So in terms of benefit, you can see there was a minimum system downtime. It saved the technician time because on the alternative was to go on site and look at the problems and start analyzing there without all the historic data. He came on site already with the right equipment, and at the end of the day, there was no hassle to the customer. The customer didn't have to do anything in order to resolve the issue, not going to the thermostat, not start sweating because it's a hot summer, anything. So when we try to summarize the benefits of moving to remote service, first of all, it's a new service offering. You can come and offer more enhanced service to your customers. You give them remote monitoring and you can give them proactive solutions. You can do predictive maintenance because you know things deteriorate and you can fix them before they become a major issues. You can add periodic remote checkups in addition to the preventive maintenance that you do in the yearly set checkups of going on site to check the systems. You can add to it periodic remote checkups. It gives another layer of security to your customers that you are looking at the system and everything is fine and tuned. You can support multi-brand, not just one system. You can have the same system analyzing and monitoring in the background all the brands that are connected to the sites. And of course, at the end of the day, you have fast faster response. So your customer experience a better service and better response from you as a service provider. In terms of operational efficiency and cost saving for you, the remote analysis can be done from anywhere. So you can have your expert dealing with something in one side and helping somebody else in the remote side. You can have your expert sitting at the office and services multiple sites. So you have really best optimization of your expert's time. You can provide remote first aid guidance. So if something goes wrong, you don't need to send somebody to look at the thermostat or send somebody to look at the unit. You have all the data at the palm of your hand. You can send somebody to really do the mechanical things that you cannot do remotely, but all the other things can be done remotely. And at the end of the day, you can avoid unnecessary trips by having your eyes on the system at all time. You save unnecessary trip to start figuring out what's going on. And of course, there is benefits to your end customer. At the end of the day, for the customer, they want the system to be up as much as possible. So you reduce downtime by having remote service. You give them longer equipment lifespan because you treat the system when problems start to emerge. You don't wait for them to deteriorate and to become major issues. And system work at optimized level. When system work as the manufacturer designed it at optimized level, its lifetimes increases. They save time on the phone explaining about issues, help you troubleshoot, help you understand. You do it everything remotely, and you don't need their support in doing that. Optimized system eventually translates to energy efficiency. Your system works as it should be, it saves energy. Continuous monitoring is something they want somebody to be doing for them. If you don't do it for them, they have to do it by themselves and let you know when system has some issues. When you do it for them, it takes something else off the back. So you cover them on there as well. And as a bonus, if you use our solutions, you can give them control applications. So once their systems are connected through us to you through the service application, they get a benefit of a control application that they can use for their customers. So if it's an office building, this facility manager can offer all the offices remote control application, an intuitive application, end user application to control the air condition at the office. So on and on, the benefits for the customer are pretty clear, and that's something that they can value and will be willing to either pay more, or at least it will give you the benefits of positioning your service offering compared to somebody who doesn't provide remote service. So how to start using this solution? So first step is to map your site, what VRF systems you have, what is the site architecture, what network you have there. Do you need a 3G gateway in order to have access to the cloud? Do you need somebody in IT to connect you to the local network? So this is something you have to do in terms of mapping your site. Then you contact us. We help you with the planning on what devices you need, how the site topology will look like, what the best subscription program for you and for the customer is. And at the end of the day, you get a cost, so you understand exactly the cost of implementing something like that. The last step is implementation. So we designed the solution as a really plug and play installation. Once we collected all the information at the beginning, you just have to go on site, connect your HVAC VRF system to the network. Automatically, the system identify all the systems that are behind our devices. All is left for you to do is verify if the mapping is correct, give names to the units, and start working with the system. So, hope I convinced you. I welcome you to contact us and get more information, schedule a demo, whatever information is missing, just let us know. Our sales guys and all the information is in the website, so we'll be help you to take it further and implement our solution at your sites. Thank you for your time. I hope this video was beneficial for you. And please do let us know if you have interest in any additional type of those videos. Our next video is going to be around predictive maintenance, and hope to see you there. Bye-bye.